Joining us now, I'm half expecting actually Michelle to burst through these doors with a corkscrew under her arm and a large glass in the other hand because it's time for our favourite part of the show. It's Wine with Tom Canavan. Tom, good to see you. Good to see you again.
This is exciting.
In the papers today, 9 out of 10 people can't even answer basic questions about wine. Have they not been paying attention to you?
They should have been watching this show every Friday afternoon. I mean, it is a complicated subject. You can't get away from the fact that with all the different languages that the wine labels are written in, the different grapes, all this kind of thing.
It gets more complicated as well, doesn't it?
It does, as new countries come along. So there's a bit to learn, but I hope that we do our bit here and, simplify things, point people to some really good wines, different prices.
OK, where are you taking us tonight in our journey around the world of wine?
Yes, the journey ends up tonight in a nice, easy English-speaking country. We're in the USA tonight.
Right.
We've got 3 wines, all from California.
Sunshine State.
The Sunshine State. And, that gives you a clue to the wines, actually, because the wines are all kind of big and ripe and full of fruit.
And alcohol.
So they are a bit full of alcohol. If you're going to ripen grapes in that lovely Californian sunshine, get them full of sugar and ripeness, then they do make quite big, alcoholic wines. But the flavours are great.
And quite often, this California wine can be expensive, but we're starting with one that's a real bargain tonight.
I think it's a bargain, Stephen. Yeah, the first wine we're having tonight is the Boulders Viognier. Viognier is a grape from the northern Rhone Valley in France. But this is the Boulders Viognier. It's only £4.66 in the co-op, so plenty of change from a fiver. It's a good price, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's got no oak in it, this wine. So if you have a little sniff and a taste of it, Viognier always makes me think of peaches and cream. And if you just have a sniff of that, it's a lovely kind of perfumed style.
It is, actually.
A little bit floral too, I think.
Yes.
Lovely kind of apricot notes, very bright fruit. Have a sip.
It's
lovely and
very
peachy,
fruity.
I think. You're a white wine drinker, Aggie, I think, aren't you? You like your whites.
I'm any wine drinker.
Well, I think you'll like this one.
Delicious.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a thin wine.
No.
It's quite
but
nice.
yet it's not too heavy and it's not oaky, so it hasn't got that heaviness to
Exactly,
it.
it's fresh as well. It's got a bit of texture, it's kind of creamy texture in the palate.
Yes.
But
I think
it's
that's
fresh.
a great price for this wine, actually.
It's actually a fantastic price. £4.66 for a bottle of really classy wine from an unusual grape. A really nice package and quite a versatile food wine too.
What would we drink this with, Tom?
Well, I think that lovely fresh fruit and, as Aggie says, the kind of crispness of the wine would be fantastic with things like scallops or king prawns, just pan-fried, bit of garlic, bit of lemon juice, olive oil.
It wouldn't fight with it at
Absolutely
all,
delicious.
would it, actually?
It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
The other thing it's great with is a really mild curry, kind of coconutty style of curry.
South Indian curry.
South
or
Indian,
Thai curry.
Malaysian, Thai kind of curries. Delicious with that too.
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, it really works.
If you're heading for the takeaway tonight, here's your tip from us. It's the Boulders Viognier, £4.66.
I'll be buying some
From the
I
co-op,
will,
exactly.
actually.
A little bit of a bargain, I think.
Yeah, now, staying with white, but going up a little bit in terms of price, Tom.
We are. Now, listen, this is a different proposition. It's a different style of wine. This one is the Robert Mondavi Fumé Blanc, 2007. It's in Majestic, and this one's a big leap up in price. It's $14.99.
Oh, my goodness me, that's very expensive.
It's a lot to pay,
but then
isn't
I suppose if you're having this sort of thing in a restaurant, it'd be at least twice the price, wouldn't it?
At least twice the price,
Yes.
Aggie. I think you'd be paying, £40 for this in a
Right,
restaurant. So
OK, so it's a bargain, in fact.
Well, yeah, it's a good way of looking at it. I like the thinking.
Plus, it's 14.5%, so you're not going to get through more than one bottle, probably.
That's another good thing.
What do you think about it?
Unless you're Stephen.
No, that's just a rumour, I think. This style of wine is a Sauvignon Blanc. So the Sauvignon Blanc that we're familiar with from New Zealand and from the Loire Valley in France. The gooseberry Sauvignon Blanc. But they've aged this one in new French oak barrels. And that gives the kind of creamy, toasty, smoky notes.
OK.
So the name Fumé Blanc, Fumé is French for smoky.
Yes.
So it's got a kind of smoky character too. Have a little try of it.
Interesting.
And it's a kind of deep nose, there's toasty, kind of
Actually,
figgy notes
do
there.
you know what? There is a smokiness there.
You can
That's really
pick that up.
interesting.
It really is. It's well named. It's smoky, but on the palate, all that fresh
Honey,
Sauvignon
lots
flavour.
of honey,
Loads of honey, Stevens. Honey and figs and those kind of nice, kind of unctuous notes.
Unctuous.
Like that a lot.
It's delicious, isn't it? I mean, it is quite a powerful wine.
Aggie, you made the noise,
That
the wine
is
noise.
delicious.
Where did you learn to do that?
Years of practice.
I'm impressed.
Yeah, I think
That is delicious.
Isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
Isn't it terrific?
That's the great wine for a really, a treat, isn't it?
For a treat, for a special dinner,
Yeah.
for a special occasion.
With what food?
Well, again, Sauvignon Blanc's always fantastic with goat's cheese and with asparagus. Those are quite difficult foods.
Complementary flavours, aren't they?
Terrific flavours. But this, because of the fumé thing, put it with an asparagus risotto with a lovely kind of nutty rice, and it would be delicious.
Tom, we've got 1 minute left. We don't want to run out of time for the red here at the end.
We don't want to. We want to do justice to this because this wine is the Ravenswood Vintners Blend Zinfandel. It's from 2007 and it's £8.99 in Waitrose. Now, Zinfandel's California's kind of own grape. You know, it's a speciality of the country.
Yes.
A lot of them are made into a lighter blush style,
yes.
kind of pinky
That
wine.
That never appeals to me.
But this is much more traditional, actually. And have a little go of it. It's quite a big wine. Lovely kind of peppery peppercorn note. Raisin, kind of stewed fruit there too. And on the palate...
Do that again, Aggie. I like when you do that. Go on.
That is delicious. Actually, it's got a heat to it, hasn't it?
It's quite a...
Almost like a Shiraz, but not quite as heavy.
You're spot on. You could do this job. That's
Francis
fantastic.
Robinson of the hour.
That's exactly right.
It's really interesting. It's like, and it's quite viscous in the glass, isn't it?
It is. It's quite a big wine. 13.5% alcohol, so not too big.
An absolute beauty, as always. Tom, a triumph. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much
time
indeed.
as ever. Right.